Throughout history, there have been many pictures taken, and through our own lifetime, there have been many pictures we have seen. But do we really know why those pictures were taken, or what happened before and after? Some pictures tell a much deeper and chilling story than others. What you are about to see, you may never unsee. Here are 6 of the most disturbing images with chilling backgrounds. The son of New York Governor Nelson Rockefeller and one of the heirs to the Standard Oil fortune, Michael Rockefeller had a passion for traveling to faraway places and experiencing the unexplored and untouched. This desire for adventure took Rockefeller to the remote reaches of Papua New Guinea in 1961. The Asmat people who lived in Dutch New Guinea, as the massive island off the coast of Australia was then called, had several limited contact with the outside world. Thus, Rockefeller found the uncharted territory he was looking for when he arrived there. But he was tragically unaware of what he was in for. He and Dutch anthropologist Rien Wasson arrived in the area by boat on November 19, 1961. Although they were a long 12 miles from shore, Rockefeller reportedly told Wessing, "I think I can make it." He jumped into the water and headed for the island, but was never seen again. Because he was a member of a super-rich American dynasty, the Harvard graduate's disappearance prompted a massive search. Ships, airplanes, and helicopters combined the region for any sign of life. They found nothing. "There is no longer any hope of finding Michael Rockefeller alive," the Dutch Interior Minister said after a 9-day search. Rockefeller's official cause of death was initially listed as drowning. However, National Geographic reporter Carl Hoffman offered a far more disturbing thesis in his 2014 book, Savage Harvest: A Tale of Cannibals, Colonialism, and Michael Rockefeller's Tragic Quest for Primitive Art. Truck stop killer Robert Ben Rhodes may have killed more than 50 women while driving commercial trucks back and forth across America throughout the 1970s and 80s. But perhaps his most chilling murder is the one believed to be his last. Just before Rhodes murdered 14-year-old Regina K. Walters in an Illinois barn in early 1990, he took a series of photos of her cowering in fear as he moved in for the kill. Authorities found this photo and a collection of others like it inside Rhodes' home, after he was finally caught several months later. Hundreds of young girls and women who worked in American watch factories during the 1920s were exposed to so much radium that they came home glowing in the dark. The prolonged exposure to radium used in the luminous paint that coated the watch faces caused their vertebrae to collapse, their jaws to swell up and fall off, and their lives to slowly end in agony while battling cancer. On August 6, 1945, the United States of America dropped an atomic bomb on the Japanese city of Hiroshima, and for the sum of the proximity of 80,000 people who lost their lives, only a nuclear shadow remained. When the bomb detonated at 1,900 feet above the city center, the subsequent explosion caused temperatures of 10,000 degrees in Fahrenheit to annihilate nearly everything within 1,600 feet of the bomb's blast zone. Almost anything and anyone within a mile was destroyed. The bomb's light and heat were so extreme that they bleached the city's exposed surfaces, except in places where an unsuspected person shielded the building or sidewalk or bridge from the blast with their own body in their final moments alive. The Chernobyl disaster of April 26, 1986, in Ukraine remains the most catastrophic nuclear accident in history. Although the Chernobyl exclusion zone slowly seems to be returning to semi-hospitable conditions for wildlife, the animals who inhabited the area in the late 1980s weren't as lucky. This piglet on display at the Ukrainian National Chernobyl Museum in Kyiv is a prime example, labeled simply as mutated piglet. The creature was born with a congenital deformity that causes the body to fork left and right along the torso, and the pelvis and legs to duplicate, nearly 40 years later. This animal is a stark reminder of the havoc that nuclear power can cause.